You know that person who goes silent on their birthday? No Instagram post, no celebration dinner. When you text happy birthday, they respond with, "Oh, thanks," like you just told them the weather. Everyone thinks they're depressed or hate themselves. But psychology reveals something completely different is happening in their brain, and it might actually be a sign of advanced psychological development. Let me show you what's really going on. There's a developmental psychologist named Robert Kegan who spent 40 years studying how humans construct identity. He identified 5 stages of psychological development, and most adults never make it past stage 3. Stage 3 is called the socialized mind. Your identity is defined by your relationships and what others think of you. You need external validation to know you're valuable. But about 15% of adults reach stage 4, the self-authored mind. Your sense of worth comes from internal standards, not social feedback. Here's where birthdays come in. A birthday celebration is fundamentally a social validation ritual. It's other people confirming, "You matter. We acknowledge your existence. Here's proof you're valued." If you're operating from a self-authored identity, you don't need this ritual because your worth isn't externally sourced. You're not being humble or modest. You genuinely don't require the annual social confirmation that you exist. Dr. Kristen Neff from UT Austin researches self-compassion and found that people with high internal validation actually experience less anxiety around social milestones. They're not avoiding their birthday due to low self-esteem. They're bypassing it because external celebration adds nothing to their already stable sense of self. Think about it this way. If you already know you're valuable, why do you need a party to prove it? Most people panic if their birthday passes without acknowledgement. Did people forget me? Do I not matter? But if your identity is self-authored, the date is irrelevant to your worth. This isn't arrogance, it's psychological independence. Most humans experience time as a series of milestones: birthdays, anniversaries, New Year's. These are what psychologists call temporal landmarks that create the illusion of fresh starts. A study from the Wharton School by Professors Dye, Milkman, and Rees found that temporal landmarks trigger what they call the fresh start effect. People see these dates as opportunities to wipe the slate clean and start over. But here's what's fascinating. Not everyone's brain works this way. Some people experience what philosopher Alan Watts called eternal now consciousness. They don't chop time into artificial segments. To them, personal growth is continuous, not milestone-based. Your 27th birthday isn't more significant than a random Thursday in October. Both are just days. Both offer the same potential for meaning, growth, or change. This is actually closer to how time works in Buddhist and Taoist philosophy. There's no special power in calendar dates. Every moment is equally important or equally arbitrary depending on your perspective. Research from Stanford's psychology department shows that people who don't fixate on milestones actually have more consistent long-term progress. They're not waiting for New Year's to change, they're evolving constantly. So when someone doesn't celebrate their birthday, they're not being nihilistic. They're operating from a continuous model of existence rather than a milestone model. They see aging as a gradual transformation, not an annual checkpoint. Dr. Laura Carstensen from Stanford developed something called socio-emotional selectivity theory. Her research shows that as people become more psychologically mature, they become more selective about where they invest social energy. Birthday celebrations require what sociologists call emotional labor. You have to manage other people's expectations, express appropriate gratitude, navigate group dynamics, perform happiness even if you're not feeling it, pretend you love gifts you'll never use, coordinate with people you're only obligated to, not connected with. For some people, this cost-benefit analysis doesn't compute. The energy required exceeds the meaning generated. It's not that they hate people. It's that they have a limited social energy budget and they'd rather spend it on genuine connection, not performative obligation. Psychologist Susan Cain, who wrote Quiet, found that this pattern is especially common in people who prefer depth over breadth in relationships. They'd rather have one meaningful conversation with a close friend than manage a room full of people singing at them. This is actually a sign of healthy boundaries. They're saying, "I appreciate you, but I'm not participating in rituals that drain me without adding value." Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that people who set clear social boundaries report higher life satisfaction and lower burnout rates. So skipping birthday celebrations isn't antisocial. It's socially strategic. They're protecting their energy for interactions that matter, rather than dispersing it across obligations that don't. Here's what this all means. If you treat your birthday like a normal day, you're not broken, depressed, or lacking self-love. You're likely operating from a self-authored identity that doesn't need external validation, a continuous time perception that doesn't worship arbitrary milestones, a strategic approach to social energy that prioritizes depth over performance. These aren't flaws. These are actually markers of psychological maturity that most people never develop. Society pushes birthday celebrations because most people need them. They need the annual reminder that they're valued. They need the milestone to feel like time is moving. They need the social gathering to feel connected. But you don't, and that's okay. Your lack of interest in celebrating yourself isn't self-hatred. It's self-sufficiency. If this resonated with you, drop a comment and let me know. Do you celebrate your birthday or treat it like just another day? And if you want more psychology that explains why you are the way you are, hit subscribe. Remember, not needing the party doesn't mean you don't matter. It means you already know you do.